Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into Cin's Workshop. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. You're gonna have to excuse me, I have like sinusitis or something. I'm not sick, but my AC has been leaking, which explains why I've had to be using my inhaler, because I was breathing in moldy water. So, it really affected me, so I'm still like really congested here, and I've been getting like really bad sinus headaches. But I can't keep putting off recording. I took a week off. I can't keep putting it off, so let's get into it. We're going to be reviewing The Girl with No Reflection today. I have a lot of mixed reviews with this book. You're following Princess Ying, correct? Yes, Princess Ying, right? Did you ever see that Jim Henson movie, Mirror World? God. I'm pretty sure it's called Mirror World. Again, that's another one I had like mixed feelings about. I liked it because it was Jim Henson, and I appreciate the story behind it, but for the most part, it's not like The Dark Crystal, it's not like a movie that I love and, need to see again and again, right? That's how I feel with this book, and they both kind of deal with the same premise. You have your princess. She switches places with her reflection, right? Because she's, unhappy with her life. She thought she would fall in love. And it turns out the prince is, pretty aloof, keeps to himself. And so what she does is she befriends her reflection. Her reflection's like, well, I'm kind of dying in our world. If only I could just come into your world for a little bit and rejuvenate myself. So, she does it. She's a good person, so they make the switch. And in the mirror world, she falls in love with the mirror version of her prince. Lo and behold, not everything is as it seems, and everyone in the mirror world is evil. And what do they want? They want to just kind of take over the real world. The mirror world is kind of dying. They also want, Us. Think of Us by Jordan Peele. They want to stop mimicking, the people. They want their own lives. They have their own lives. They have their own identities. But they're stuck as whatever reflection they are in. There are lots of interesting aspects of the story. A lot of great fantastical elements. I think my main issue with this book is Princess Ying. I just found her to be incredibly annoying. She spends a lot of her time whining about, love. But she doesn't really give the prince a chance. And she distrusts him at every turn. And it's like, girl, come on. The people you did trust turned out to be evil villains who were taking advantage of your loneliness. I do agree that maybe he shouldn't have left her alone, but he was trying to protect her. That trope, and this is why that trope of the I'm keeping a secret to keep you safe kind of trope always kind of annoys me, because it doesn't really work. Because it just leads to a lot of frustration and a lot of tension in the story that's just like, you as the reader, you're like, oh my god, just tell him the truth already. And it annoys, for me, I find it personally annoying. I don't really think it is my favorite trope. And in fact, it's not. So he does have his reasons. And even though he was aloof, he was not that bad. Not at all was he that bad. Was his reflection a little, nicer? Yes, but he was also seducing her, so of course. I think she just didn't give the prince a chance to prove himself to her. She likes to complain about him a lot, but it's like, girl, your own behavior also affected your relationship. I like the mirror world aspect of it. I think the battle segments for the storytelling were really fast-paced. They were really energetic. I liked them. Really, my biggest hiccup with this book is Princess Ying. I liked her reflection, her evil reflection, more than her. That's saying a lot. It's not even that she lacked personality. She was just a little whiny. And I get it. She's lonely. She wants love in her life. She doesn't think she's actually going to have love in her life because she's betrothed. So the choice was kind of taken from her. So I understand where she's coming from as a character. The problem is she just doesn't use her head to think about how to be happier, you know? She doesn't look for an escape outside the mirror world. And it's just really frustrating to see her continue to make... I hate this as well. She makes the same mistakes of not trusting the prince when she already knows she can't trust the mirror world. And yet, she'll do things... He'll be like, don't do this thing that you want to do because you're going to put our lives in jeopardy. And what does she do? She does the thing he asked her not to do. And what happens? Puts their lives in jeopardy. And there's always a moment for our character, Ying. She's like, well, shit, maybe I should have just listened to him and not done what I just did because now I've just put everyone's lives in danger. It's like, gee, you think you fell into the trap again and again and again. And that was the most annoying part of the story for me. She just continued to fall into the trap repeatedly because she didn't want to just listen and use her head. And it was very annoying. He's like, don't do the thing. And she does the thing. So it was kind of a disappointment in that aspect. So I think the most I can do is give it 3 stars. I wanted to like it way more. Again, it's just the characterization. That is honestly the worst part about the novel for me. Because I liked the mirror world aspect. I liked the fantasy aspect. I just wish that the story was able to unfold in a different way without our main character repeatedly making the same mistakes and not listening to anyone and having her head so far up her butt. Very annoying. But that's just me. That's my own opinion. In that case, thank you all for tuning in. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share with all your book reading friends. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.